definitely hope everybody been cool, doing their thing, continue to lock in and all that. Today I'm, doing a little simple cool stream. I was gonna actually play the game, but I had something else to plan. I also react to some videos too. I mean, for everybody that be watching on YouTube and shit, like y'all did not be able to see, me react to the Young Boy song. Sadly, they copyright niggas and all that. I'm gonna figure out that. Cause I know niggas be reacting to songs all the time on YouTube, nigga. Ain't no way. You feel me? If they can do it, I can do it, nigga. That being said, man, we gonna see what's up, you know what I'm saying, and all that. 6 disturbing abandoned buildings. See what's up with it. I ain't gonna lie, first off, I would never in my lifetime do some shit like that, go to an abandoned building. I don't care why people are into that type of shit. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't think I'll ever do something. But somebody follow me back to the crib.
Urbex Hill is one of the most popular urban exploration channels on YouTube, featuring raw footage from YouTuber Chris Hill's visits to a lot of the more extreme abandoned buildings in the US. From abandoned mental hospitals to decommissioned military facilities alone, like Chris always does. In January 2023, he uploaded footage of his visit to the now abandoned Paul Revere Elementary School in Cleveland. After almost a century of use, the school was permanently closed in 2015 due to declining enrollment numbers. Although there are allegedly plans to turn the abandoned building into a housing complex, as of 2024, Paul Revere Elementary is still abandoned and in terrible shape. From the moment Chris walks inside, it's pretty clear.
Hell nah, boy. It look like the place where the crackheads be at. Look like somebody do some freaky deaky things in there with the crackheads. Hell nah. Oh nah. I mean, it do look haunted too though. But it's like, you just never know out of that.
Clear that the place hasn't been used in years and has been severely damaged by the elements.
Y'all seen that shit?
Paul Revere Elementary is still abandoned and in terrible shape. From the moment Chris walks inside, it's pretty clear that the place hasn't been used in years.
Look at that shit. I already told y'all. Look at that. You already on that freaky ass timing, and I ain't even peeping. See that?
And has been severely damaged by the elements, vandals, and the passage of time.
All types of freaky.
The bottom floors are all flooded, the walls are peeling, the structure doesn't seem too sound, and there's rust, random papers, books, and all kinds of debris lying everywhere. Throughout the video, you can see messages written in seemingly fresh chalk on some of the whiteboards, confirming that people have been in the building recently. This was actually Chris's second visit to Paul Revere Elementary. When he uploaded footage of his March 2022 visit to the school, several people in the comments mentioned they had either been students or teachers at the school and talked about how incredibly sad it was to see their beloved childhood school ruined by abandonment and lack of maintenance. A little after 10 minutes into the exploration, you can hear some sort of ruffling sound and other strange noises coming from somewhere in the schoolhouse.
This nigga had a nerve to turn the lights off. This nigga's tripping.
Do you hear that? Somebody's here.
As Chris turns a corner in the hallway, another person's flashlight can be seen shining down the hall. It looks to be just one person, who was likely either another urban explorer or a squatter. Still, at 1 a.m. in an abandoned building, it's obviously best to avoid drawing unwanted attention to yourself, especially when you don't know the other person's intentions, which is why Chris ultimately decided to run instead of making his presence known. Making sure to walk in the other direction to avoid running into anyone, he then heads to the library and explores the rest of the top floors. As he goes into the bathroom on the top floor, he has another encounter.
Shit like the hallway off of Resident Evil or Outlast. They got hella paint cans all over the floor. What was that? First off, I don't know if that was AI. I don't know if that was real. You replay that. Hold up. I ain't even gonna lie. I think, if y'all want me to keep it real with y'all, like, I think that was definitely somebody dressed in black with some mask on. Ain't no way, excuse me, ain't no way that shit is a real ghost. Like, you could tell, like, he wearing a baggy ass black hoodie, baggy ass black pants or whatever. Nigga got the hood up with the mask on it, you could tell.
Somebody's in there. Let's get out of here. Oh, man.
At the far end of the bathroom, what appears to be a human silhouette can be seen standing completely motionless. After the initial shock of the encounter, Chris draws his gun and goes back inside to confront the man.
Hello.
This nigga said hello. This nigga really said hello. Like, what was you expecting this nigga to say back? Like, you was expecting to say that this nigga to say what's up, what's good, or saw him in the bathroom? Like, hell nah. Even if it was real, but if it was fake, nigga, of course he ain't gonna say nothing either. Cause I don't know, I feel like that shit fake. I ain't gonna lie, this video definitely gotta be fake. Look, nigga got low with it. Could tell, yeah, that shit fake. Hold the fuck up now. Hey, okay, now that almost convinced me. That looked like some real. The way he fell. That's crazy, yo. I don't know. It could be AI though. Like, you feel me? Y'all know AI. They be doing their thing. They be spamming AI on my feed all the time on social media. Some random ass. I don't know, man.
Oh, it's a toy. Oh my god, that scared the out of me.
As it turns out, the silhouette.
Hell nah. What the fuck is that? I don't know about that. Cause even how the way it fell, it didn't even fall like, I don't know. That nigga did not fall no more. It was like when he fell, he kind of felt like a mannequin or something. Like, he just fell on over. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all seen that? Yeah, that's crazy.
Silhouette was actually a scary mannequin that somebody set up, probably to scare away visitors. What's most
I already knew. Just like how, like I was saying, it was like, it felt like a mannequin, but I thought it was like on some real deal. You feel me? Type timing, the way it moved and then it fell over. I don't know. Who knows?
theory is that even though we can't know for sure how long the mannequin had been standing there before the footage was shot, for some reason it fell forward just in time for Chris to see it, the most reasonable explanation being from the sound waves bouncing off the wall. Most people would have left as soon as they saw the mannequin, but Chris continued to explore the rest of the school, seemingly unmoved by the horrifying experience he just went through. Though not before...
Nigga, I thought that shit was an alien mask. That shit looked deformed, like some you see off a wrong turn, like shit, nigga. Hell nah, boy.
We're clearing the entire rest of the bathroom. Sadly, some of the rooms in the school are filled with books, whiteboards, and other perfectly usable materials that could have been donated to another school before the building was abandoned. But nobody seemed to care enough to give them away before the school was abandoned. About half an hour into the visit, Chris climbs up to the roof, which in itself is pretty risky. Even if you don't care about getting caught by the cops, there's still a very high risk of the roof caving in, especially considering the state of the building when the footage was shot. Fortunately, he was able to climb down safely, but that's when a strange noise could be heard coming from
Fuck is that gold everywhere though? This nigga like he in a Call of Duty Zombies map, nigga.
the other end of one of the hallways.
Safe is still here. I wonder what's in it.
Hell nah, I seen that shit. Hold up. It was right here with it.
As Chris explores one of the rooms, a strange howl can be heard in the distance, and as he raises his camera, you can clearly see a shadow moving behind the door at the far end of the room. By this point, it's pretty clear that not only are multiple other people in the building with him, but now he's possibly being stalked. Once again, Chris draws his gun and prepares for an encounter, but he doesn't find anyone in any of the rooms. After this, he admits he's ready to call it a night and decides to head home, but not before this final encounter.
This place is weird as hell. Oh, here it is. This place is crazy.
That do really look like a Call of Duty Zombies map though, like some DLC that you ain't ever seen before. Like it looked like one of them Jones. Like that whole downstairs, even the rooftop, like that's crazy. That's crazy.
I remember the last time I explored.
Imagine if Warzone did have like an update like that though, like where they had like a whole big map that was filled with zombies, and or they did do that. They did do that. I forgot they did do that a long time ago. Yeah, I remember I played that. I played that shit. I remember. I mean, what if they brought it back though? It was kind of cool. I just didn't like when they had the zombies teleporting. That was my thing when I ain't with, but that's a whole different topic, nigga. Let's get back to the, you know what I mean? No.
Hello? Hello? Wait. Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out.
As he struggles to find his way out of the school, the sound of footsteps can be clearly heard on the stairway directly above Chris's head. But after running up and calling out to see if he gets a response, nobody acknowledges him. Luckily, he was able to walk away unharmed and has continued to upload videos of
Nigga, he gotta be one bold person to be walking in that dark path. Just casual. I would have been speed walking or something. Like, you never know what's gonna come out the cut. Like, a wolf can come out the cut. Bear, anything, nigga. Snakes. Jeepers creepers, nigga.
of his visits to abandoned places pretty frequently. The Proper People is an urban exploration channel owned by Brian and Michael, two friends who travel the world in search of abandoned buildings. For the past 10 years that their channel has been active, Brian and Michael have built up a reputation for being a trustworthy channel that only uploads genuine footage of their explorations. In a niche of YouTube that's often plagued by cheap, fake footage from people trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, The Proper People has endured as one of the most reliable channels in the urbex space. They gained their fame from explorations of genuinely cool places instead of faking creepy encounters or anything of the sort.
Yo, imagine, like, you walking through this bridge.
Space. They gained their fame from explorations
That water look nasty first off, nigga. That's crazy.
of genuinely cool places.
But imagine, like, you walking in a bridge like this, and it just break. You fall right down to whatever is at the bottom of that, whatever that is. You feel me? Like, it's over for you. Even if you fall into a river, nigga, what is your chances of surviving? That's crazy, bro. I mean, I'm not saying I'm scared of walking down bridges. It's just like, imagine, like, if that was to happen, though, that would be crazy. That would be really crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Instead of faking creepy encounters or anything of the such. In 2016, they uploaded a video of their nighttime visit to the Jemison Center in Northport, Alabama, often referred to as Old Bryce Hospital. From 1939 to 1977, the Jemison Center housed hundreds of psychiatrists.
That look like 100 haunted mansion, boy. I ain't gonna lie, like going to buildings like that, you just never know what goes down in those types of buildings for real. Because at the end of the day, you feel me, like anybody could just, you feel me, just be in there. As far as like anybody, you feel me, like what if they do some type of ritualistic ass shit, you feel me? You just never know what goes down in those types of buildings, bro. You just never know, nigga. You just never know.
Psychiatric patients and acquired a reputation for treating them pretty harshly. Often referred to as the creepiest building in Alabama, Old Bryce was closed in the late 70s
That joint crazy.
and has since been reclaimed by nature and become a hotspot for urban explorers from all over the world. As Mike
Look, y'all see, I ain't even gonna have to say too much. Y'all see it on the screen right there. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Look at that. I would not walk in this building at all, bro. All types of wild shit probably go down in that building. You go in that building, nigga, I don't know what the f*** I ain't never going in that building, nigga. I don't know about y'all, nigga.
Michael and Brian approach the location in their car. There doesn't seem to be anyone around, and after driving around the grounds for a while, the two YouTubers get out of their vehicle to begin exploring, settling on the basement as the first area to explore. After more than 4 decades of abandonment, the entire complex is almost completely destroyed, and while some of the walls are completely covered in all kinds of graffiti, some of them aren't even there anymore. With the state of disrepair of the Jemison Center, there's always a chance that the structure could collapse on itself and trap Brian and Michael inside. But as they go up the stairs to explore the top floor, it becomes clear that an unsound structure is the least of their worries.
These niggas is still going in there despite of them seeing pentagrams too. Look at that.
That the structure could collapse on itself and trap Brian and Michael inside. But as they go up the stairs to explore the top floor, it becomes clear.
Look at that. Look at that right there, buddy.
That an unsound structure is the least of their worries.
Whoa, look at this. Look at this staircase out here. Oh. There's somebody there.
No way.
Yes, I see their light. They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there. Should I say hello?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
Let's go to the car now.
Wait.
As the camera pans to the window, the outline of a person holding up a light can be seen on the staircase on the opposite side of the building. Disturbingly, as soon as the uploaders turn off their light, the other person does the exact same thing, indicating they were watching and didn't want to be spotted.
Hell nah, boy. See, right then and there, that would have been a deal breaker for me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would have went straight and dipped. You feel me? I would have been like that. Nice being able to discover this little piece of land and all that. We're gone. You feel me? These niggas is on some different shit. You gonna know what the fuck type time these niggas on, and you won't even know how many niggas is with this nigga. Like, hell no. And we in this haunted ass building too, with all this, you know, 666 and all this stuff going on in the building. I would have been like, that shit, nigga. You know what I mean? We gonna leave. I'm sorry. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Chillingly, if you rewind the footage to when the YouTubers arrived at the top floor, you can clearly see a light outside the window frame, but it's unclear if the light was coming from the same person who was watching them. After calling out and receiving no
creeping on them too, though. Peep that? Hold up.
Same person who was watching them.
Creeping on them. Trying to tell y'all, boy.
After calling out and receiving no response, Brian and Michael decide to go back to their car to avoid getting jumped or worse. It's hard to know what exactly the intentions of the other person were, but what's even more disturbing is the fact that there were no other cars in the area when they arrived and when they left, which means that whoever was there had arrived on foot and probably been there for a while. Ridgely Hospital was a women's psychiatric hospital in Lancaster, UK that operated for almost 100 years from 1916 to 2013. Famous for being one of the first psychiatric hospitals in the UK that fought for the humane treatment of mentally ill patients, Ridgely Hospital housed thousands of patients and used modern treatment methods such as electroconvulsion therapy to help patients with a range of disorders, from severe depression to obsession to mania. In April 2022, YouTuber Exploring with Tom visited the site with 3 of his friends in the middle of the night. Throughout their visit, they were extremely loud and not aware of their surroundings, which is obviously not the best idea when exploring an abandoned building. Keep in mind that most of these abandoned buildings are still considered government property, which makes it illegal to trespass and explore the grounds. Still,
That doesn't make sense though, cause it's like if it's illegal, nigga, then why do y'all still have it abandoned? That don't make sense to me. You feel me? Like even if it's still y'all's property, why is it still abandoned? It's like at this point, y'all might as well just build a whole new, you feel me? And all that, you feel me? You could build a whole new hospital and do what y'all gotta do. Like I ain't gonna lie, like dumb as shit for doing that. And you know what I'm saying? Cause you never know what's in, especially in a hospital like that. Nigga, you just never know what's gonna creep out the cut. You feel me? But I don't know.
if you disturb a hostile squatter's home by being obnoxiously loud, getting arrested would probably be the least of your worries.
I'm not scared of you. Oh yeah, well I am scared of you.
I think someone is it out to be honest with you. What the?
After hearing some strange noises coming from one of the rooms, the 4 explorers call out to see if there's anyone in the building, and this is where things get a little disturbing.
Hello? What?
That nigga was scared. Nigga said, go, go, go. That nigga was panicking. He was telling that nigga to move immediately. You hear late at night in this abandoned building. What'd you expect to happen? You can't sit there and just have that mindset like, okay, you gonna come here, we gonna see some old broken shit, and then we gonna leave. Like, of course something's gonna creep. It's like, you never know what's in these abandoned buildings for, like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much. But
Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Keep calm. Keep calm. Keep calm. Man! What the Don't hurry up. Get out. Get out. Get out. What do you want? He's like that. He's like that. No.
hell no, buddy.
As soon as one of the teenagers calls out, a man can be heard screaming from inside the room. Without thinking twice, Tom and his friends make a run for it back to their car, but disturbingly, the man isn't satisfied with just scaring them out of the building and ends up chasing them all the way to their car. It's unknown who the man was or what he wanted from them, but one of the theories that's been echoing in the comments,
I ain't even gonna lie. If y'all know it's one dude, why the hell is 1, 2, 3, 4 y'all niggas running for it? Y'all are tripping, bro. Like, we would've, man, listen, nigga. We would've all fucked that nigga up. That. Especially, like, nigga, he living in an abandoned building. What the hell type of weapon this nigga got? Come on, bro.
is that he was probably a homeless person who got upset at the amount of noise Tom and his friends were making. It's probably not too pleasant to have 4 rowdy teenagers burst into the abandoned building you call your home and start yelling, laughing, and swearing. But still, it's good they were able to get away unharmed. In 2006, a 36-year-old man named Vincent Filia was living in the woods as a fugitive near Lugoff, South Carolina, after being accused of abusing his stepdaughter. In September of that same year, he saw a 14-year-old girl named Elizabeth Schoaf getting off the school bus and decided to abduct her. Posing as a police officer, Filia arrested Schoaf on a supposed marijuana charge and let—
That's crazy, bro. Imagine you just going to school. You know, you had the best day of your life, you feel me? Went to school, do what you usually do, have fun with your friends. You feel me? Had gym, recess, shit like that too. And all that. And you get home and somebody just be like, yeah, come with me, I got some candy, or come with me, your parents told me to. And that's the last ever time you be able to, like, you feel me? That's crazy, bro. Stuff like that really happens, bro. Stuff like that really happens. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I feel bad for her family, whoever else got
To his hideout in the middle of the woods. For 10 days, Elizabeth was chained up and abused by Philyatt in the underground bunker beneath the hideout in what can only be described as a nightmare come true. Still, the girl was extremely resilient throughout the whole ordeal and came up with a plan to escape from the horrifying situation she found herself in. If she wanted to escape, Elizabeth knew that she had to get Vincent to like her.
Look at that nigga though. That nigga like a weasel. He like a weasel, boy. Hell nah, nigga.
Several days, she pretended to be in love with Philyatt, and eventually the kidnapper lowered his guard, even unchaining her and allowing her to play games on his phone. One night, while Vincent was sleeping, the teenager got a hold of his phone and sent a text to her mom saying she was in a hole across the Charm Hill, that there was a bomb, and to call the police. As it was later revealed, Philyatt had planned to draw in as many people as possible to the bunker to detonate a bomb and take the lives of the responding officers. However, he never managed to carry out his plan, for just a few minutes later the area was surrounded by helicopters and he was forced to surrender. To make a long story short, Elizabeth was able to move on with her life, and the monster named Vincent Philyatt spent the rest of his life in prison, where he died in 2021 in his cell. In December 2023, a YouTuber named Big Banks visited the abandoned hideout where the terrifying crime took place. Immediately upon entering the house, the uploader finds something extremely disturbing.
I think this was the little girl's backpack that was left here. What a sad sight to see, knowing that happened.
A little girl's backpack can be seen on the floor outside the kitchen. Although it's impossible to confirm if it belonged to Elizabeth Shove, it is possible that it was planted there after the crime by somebody else. As he explores the living room, the uploader finds more creepy stuff, including a DVD of the horror movie The Strangers, a Halloween decoration next to one of the couches, a shank, a broken baseball bat, and a ripstick. Obviously, the fact that these items were left behind is much more disturbing when you consider the history.
That's crazy. To this day, I do not know how to ride a ripstick. Like, I remember back in the day when they first came out, nigga, I tried to ride that nigga. I was like, no, boy, I almost broke my neck riding them, nigga. I still don't understand how to ride them to this very day. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Of the house. It's heartbreaking to imagine that some of the toys lying around the floor possibly belonged to the girl that Vincent Philyatt had stolen. Throughout the rest of the house, several objects and pieces of furniture, including the bed in the main room, look like they were placed there much later than 2006. It's possible that the house was occupied by squatters, but because it was empty at the time the footage was shot, it's impossible to know what belonged to Philyatt, his common-law family, his victim, and the squatters. Thankfully, after being reunited with her family in 2006, Elizabeth went on to live a fruitful life, and the man who committed the heinous crime against her paid the price for it. Holton Avenue is a notoriously creepy abandoned street in Cleveland, Ohio. In 1913, the first Hungarian Baptist church was built on that street, eventually falling into disuse and being left abandoned like the rest of the buildings on that street. In April 2016, the body of a woman named Jessica Coleman was found there after she went missing, but unfortunately her attacker was never found. In July 2023, Chris Hill went to the location to record footage of the abandoned church, as well as the rest of the buildings on Holton Avenue.
Oh, that looked exactly like the church off of Outlast, too. I ain't gonna lie, that looks smooth like that church off of Outlast, too. I remember that mission, nigga. That shit was crazy. Them niggas tortured that nigga in that church, nigga. What? Boy, they tortured that man. I had to watch that behind the little... You know what I mean? I'm gonna start playing horror games again, y'all. You feel me? I haven't been playing me some horror games in a minute. I need to hop back on that wave, though. I need to hop back on that wave.
From disturbing graffiti to broken glass and peeling walls, the church checks every box you would expect from a creepy, abandoned building. As he ventures into the basement, Chris finds signs that someone else had been inside the church, including an action figure of Melvin the giraffe from Madagascar that he mentions he doesn't remember seeing the last time he visited the location. Knowing that he's often not alone during his explorations, Chris set up several cameras throughout the church, and about 10 minutes into the exploration, one of the cameras on the main floor captures something pretty creepy.
Hell nah, boy. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that shit? Look at that.
That he mentions he doesn't remember seeing the last time he visited the location. Knowing that he's often not alone during his explorations, Chris set up several cameras throughout the church, and about 10 minutes into the exploration, one of the cameras on the main floor captures something pretty creepy.
Pete. You can see it even right there too, which is crazy. Shut the door with it. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If I ever was put in a situation like that, nigga, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm out of there. I don't even know why he's even in there in the first place, to be real with y'all. Like, that's why I say I cannot see myself doing no shit like that, because it's like, yo, nigga, I watched enough Insidious, Annabelle movies to understand the assignment, nigga. I ain't going out like that. F that shit.
What's upstairs?
Obviously, doors don't just randomly shut themselves, and as it wasn't particularly windy that night, it's clear that someone was in the church with Chris. But after looking around for a bit, he can't find anyone in the church and decides to head back outside to explore the rest of the buildings on Holton Avenue. If the church was in a messed up state, some of the houses are even worse, with most of them looking like they could collapse at any second. Around half an hour into the visit, he decides to explore one of the most dilapidated houses on the block, and as he's in the basement, the exploration
What does nigga say?
Summer to the visit, he decides to explore one of the most dilapidated houses on the block.
This nigga said dilapidated houses on the block.
And as he's in the basement, the exploration takes a scary turn.
Actually, it looks like it's just underneath the house. It's not really a basement.
What's good, Shadow? That shit was funny as hell. That nigga said. Hell nah, boy. The homeless nigga just opened the curtain up like yo, the homeless nigga opened the door up looking at him like, nigga, get out of here.
Sorry.
This nigga gonna talk about some sorry.
I didn't know nobody lived there. It smelled like I knew somebody was in there.
As he's exploring the basement, a sound can be heard coming from the ground floor, and when he goes back up to find out what it is, a person pulls back the curtain. Immediately apologizing, Chris runs back out to the street, and that's when he realizes that despite the horrible state of the supposedly abandoned house, there was actually someone living in there with electricity. Clearly most, if not all of the abandoned buildings on the block were housing people now who didn't want him there, something he never encountered on his first visit. And with this newfound discovery, Chris called it a night. In February 2020, urban explorer Ridham Ryder explored an abandoned house at an undisclosed location with his exploration partner Zay Clark. According to Ridham, the house used to belong to an old woman who had passed away. In complete contrast to most abandoned houses, most of the woman's possessions had been left untouched, indicating that the house had not yet fallen prey to looters and squatters who often take things that aren't theirs. All throughout the house, the two explorers find everything from beautiful tableware and silverware to ornately woven tapestries and a fully equipped bar. Based on the calendars they found in the house, the property hadn't been occupied since August 2018. Just a few minutes into the visit, Ridham and Zay find something incredibly sad and disturbing.
Always been worried about something like this happening, and then it did. When we walked in here, we took a few steps in the door, and we saw this on the ground. Now,
that's crazy, bro. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
for those who can't figure that, figure out what that is a body stain. And you can see right there, there's a walker. So unfortunately, it seems that the woman who had lived here had taken a bad fall, landed on the floor, and that's where she expired, unfortunately. It's extremely sad to us. It took us a good 20 minutes to decide what we're gonna do here, and despite it feeling weird, we figured we still need to tell the story because this is a good reminder to everybody that you need to check on your loved ones. It seemed this woman had passed and was laying here for God knows how long before she was found. So check in on your loved ones, guys.
Right in the middle of the hallway, a human body stain can be seen on the floor next to a walker, indicating that the old woman probably had a bad fall and couldn't get up. Sadly, she passed away and her body decomposed before anyone could save her, which is a terrifying way to die. There appear to be signs that the woman's family members tried to sort through her things after she passed away, but overall her various belongings are in perfectly good shape, including her bathroom supplies, which were still there at the time of the recording. It's hard to watch the footage without having conflicting feelings. Even though the house is beautiful and you can easily tell that the woman who lived there with her husband was a talented, outgoing person, it's incredibly sad to see how she met her end. Overall, the footage should serve as a reminder to check in on your loved ones every time you get the chance, because nobody deserves to pass away like that. Since 2020, Ridden with Ryder hasn't gone back to that location.
Definitely make sure y'all reach out to y'all. It's not even just family, just people that you care about in general. You feel me? Friends, anybody, family, anybody. Like definitely, yeah. Overall, man, you feel me? It was a couple things that was crazy, but I think it was more so they pulled up to like homeless people or crackheads, little area where they probably sleeping at and like that, and crackheads wanted to scare them off a little bit. But we about to watch one more video and shit. We ain't gonna watch this full video though, cause this shit.
Just 1 second. That's all it takes for nature to shake the whole world. WOW TV is back with the rarest sights you'll ever see in the wild. Let's dive in.
Why were they all standing there like it was some celebration behind that? Like a whole flood about to happen, y'all standing there acting like it's a main event that's supposed to happen. That's crazy. Hell nah, boy. Imagine seeing that. Like, look what it did though. It made it daytime again. It made it daytime again. That shit made the whole sky flash.
This flash flood triggered by a landslide in Japan was like a tsunami crashing down from the mountains.
Yo, imagine being in that position, right? You going to work, you going to the crib, you can ride around, or you could just be somebody that's visiting there as a tourist or some shit. You just know somebody that live in that area in general, nigga, and that happens, nigga. It's over. Ain't no coming back from that, nigga, unless you turn your car around and drive away from it as far as you can, nigga. Other than that, that's crazy, bro. Like, it destroyed that whole crib right there, too, what makes it even crazier.
One thing's clear, the scars it left behind aren't small. Homes on mountain slopes always face a big challenge when nature shows its fury. Let's hope everyone here.
How the fuck did that fall, though? That's my question. Like, how did that all fall like that?
Has the right measures in place to stay safe. This moment isn't for anyone who gets seasick. Strong storms made ships passing Cape Horn sway wildly in the rough seas.
Okay.
All jokes aside, though, like, this is a beautiful view at the little mountains. Like, that's crazy, bro. I don't know if this is like a snow, whatever the fuck this is, but that's crazy.
I've seen plenty of avalanches from high mountains, but never anything this massive. The snow looks like it's blanketing the entire range from 26,000 feet up. Can you guess how powerful this quake was?
And to make things worse, they on a bridge with it, so that bridge could break at any given moment. Like, if that bridge break, bro, like, it's over for everybody on this nigga.
A 6.1 magnitude earthquake was enough to keep everyone cautious when driving on the highways. This horror movie-like scene was captured at a house in Taiwan. Experts believe that a sudden temperature spike caused pressure to build up, blowing the floor tiles apart.
What type of demonic ass is this, boy? What is that?
Needle ice is a needle-shaped column of ice. It happens when ice forms inside the soil and pushes up to the surface as tiny, slender, vertical spikes. It's like someone planted thousands of needles straight into the ground.
That is truly amazing. The water is just like drawn.
Nigga, that building fell back. What, boy? Imagine you, man.
Oh my God! The size of this tornado is enough to leave anyone stunned.
I wonder how, like, tornadoes be whenever, like, they go across oceans and stuff like that. Like, do it, like, affect the animals in the ocean too? Like, do they get a little tornado action, or like I don't know. It's crazy though. Everybody's out of luck out of this beach. They all thought they was gonna come there for a little vacation just for it to, you feel me? Yeah, that shit crazy, bro.
But once it touched land, it broke apart instantly and caused no major damage.
That's cool.
Let me drive. Thank you. Can you sense that incredible power on the move?
It look like it's pulling that car right here though. I ain't even gonna lie. It look like it's pulling that car towards it. This car, like this nigga look like he was trying to drive forward towards it too. Like hell nah, nigga, I would have turned my whole whip around and went the complete opposite way. He seemed like he decent distance from the tornado for real.
Capturing a whale hunting scene is hard enough, but they managed to film an entire pod of humpbacks hunting together. See that green glow? It's called the green flash. It only appears for a few seconds right as the sun sets. This occurs when light bends and scatters throughout the Earth's atmosphere.
That car flew out of nowhere. How come that car was the only car that flew though? Like, you see all those cars in the back, those cars are right there like that, they chilling. And that car specifically is, I don't know, that's kind of weird.
It doesn't look too fierce at first, but this twister sent a car flying in the blink of an eye. Packing.
Not the Beamer. That's tough. That's tough. That's really, I ain't gonna lie, that's hurtful. That's hurtful to see that.
Gusts up to 83 miles per hour. These winds in China didn't just rip roofs off, they blew away the peace of an afternoon.
Oh my gosh. This is a bad idea to be on this boat.
A 7.1 magnitude earthquake in Mexico turned into an unforgettable memory for tourists, but in a way no one expected.
I just don't want my phone to get
Imagine all that dust going in your eyes, nigga. That, your eyes are done. You gonna have dirt all in your eyes, nigga. What? Man, that's crazy.
Okay, this is just Looney Tunes here.
Think that blanket of white is snow? Nope, it's hail. Each piece is tiny, but in huge numbers.
That hail, that man's whole window up, boy.
They can cause damage no one sees coming.
Community now cleaning up.
There's a lot of people over here that are suffering.
Have you ever seen a snowflake shaped like a fish fin? When it's cold and humid enough, ice crystals can grow into snowflakes with incredible shapes like this.
That shit look crazy, boy. It look like that nigga Vegeta hit a big bang attack real quick and just, you feel me?
It only appeared for a few seconds, but that green comet lit up the entire sky over Spain.
That shit like a default iPhone lock screen. That shit look crazy, boy.
In Argentina, there's a strange place called the Floating Eye Island. Not only does it look like an eye, but it actually moves. That movement mostly comes from the methane gas bubbling underground and pushing it along. You've probably seen a sun halo before. But did you...
I'd be sitting there thinking, like, what if that's like the glare from the firmament? Like, I don't know. Like, when I first ever seen that video a while back, like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, that could be that. I don't know. You just never know, man. You just never know. You just never know.
Spot one this strange?
You just never know, nigga. See, like, I wouldn't mind living near, like, an ocean. But if shit like this happens, as far as staying right by an ocean, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. Like, all it takes is one big, huge wave and it's over, nigga. That whole tsunami is going to destroy your crib. You might drown because it might happen even when you're asleep. You just never know when it comes to that. So it's like, yeah. I don't know, man.
The giant tornado in South Dakota was a jaw-dropping show.
That looked like an hourglass. It's like, why is the top light and the bottom look all dirty?
Of Mother Nature's power, overwhelming anyone watching. Soil pressure.
Don't know about this at all. They got the wall and the dirt falling on them.
Built up so much that a retaining wall in Slovakia collapsed like a sandcastle in seconds. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and nearby residents were evacuated just in time. This tornado, like a giant monster, swept through California at 110 miles per hour. And unbelievably, a truck's dash cam caught it all. The probability of lightning striking an eagle's nest is probably 1.
I was just about to say, that looked like that, whatever's nest that was, they gonna have to rebuild that shit. And they better hope they eggs wasn't in there either, because if they had eggs in that nest, nigga, it's over. R.I.P.
In a billion. Don't worry, they just get knocked out for a moment.
And the eagle right there, sitting there swinging off the branch, like, you could tell it's saying, like, no. That's crazy, bro.
You're not seeing things. That's really snow. The desert, a symbol of scorching heat, is now covered in a thick blanket of snow.
That look like something that you see in a dream or something. That's crazy.
This rare phenomenon happens when cold storms from Antarctica move up, bringing snow to these arid regions. Up next, a massive localized downpour in action. It's rare to catch the full spectacle like this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call that a rap, boy. Man, another little stream and all that, you know. A little cool couple videos. The first video was definitely, like I said, it was cool. Not what I thought it would be, you feel me? I thought it was gonna be really like some real deal, you feel me? It's like me seeing that it was mainly about them really trespassing and homeless people and shit like that. It was like, video wasn't really that cool anymore to me. But this video though was crazy. A lot of natural disasters and stuff like that happened. A lot of situations that could happen, type stuff and all that. It was a little crazy little video too, I ain't gonna lie. I got done eating my food and shit. I said not too long ago. I been got done with that. That shit was really good. Really good. Yeah. Appreciate everybody though, man. Appreciate everybody that's new and all that. I'm gonna go live tomorrow most likely, and most likely play the game though. I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna play the game today and stream, but I was like, why not do this little, you feel me? And plus I wanted to kind of eat too, because niggas was type hungry. But you know what I'm saying, give you a little something to eat real quick. Yeah, appreciate y'all, love y'all, man. Hope y'all continue to be safe, continue to lock in, put God first, doing y'all's thing. I'm gone.